Hello once again, friends. Um, Another episode of Outside the Fire. I'm your host, Crazy J. As you know, recently I got back into doing the challenges, but right away we got to get back into doing these interviews. I'm so glad they're a hit, and I'm so glad each of you enjoy them. I enjoy conducting them, and that's why I don't mind repeating the interviews with some people we've already seen, because a lot of things happen since the last time we see them. Um, it's kind of nice to almost get to know the characters or the players in the world that you're seeking. It's real fun. Maybe some changes that were made and stuff like that. But this next guest, pretty good friend of mine. Actually, he's a really good friend of mine. Will do anything he can for the Pepper community and all those anybody in need. Has some little side project he does within the Chilli community. But let's not make you wait any longer. Let's bring in Brandon HoneyBoy Collins.
What's up? What's up, Crazy J?
Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for squeezing me in as always.
Yeah, man. Always have time to hang out with you, man. You know that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I know you've been busy, man. Work's kept you going, man.
Yep, work, family life.
Yeah, speaking of family life, you recently bought a house, moving in, right?
Yeah, new location. I'm in my new house, so I just, a first-time home buyer, and after a lot of really hard work, me and Nikki finally, got our butts in gear and bought a house. Yeah, and it all was really rewarding. You know what I mean? We're really settling in and enjoying the fruits of our labor. So it's been really, really cool. So
awesome. Well, as I start out all the interviews, a little introduction, whatever you're comfortable sharing, kind of talk about yourself a little bit here.
yeah. I work in a cabinet shop when I'm not doing spicy stuff. I make countertops and cabinets, but mostly I do solid surface countertops. It's like an acrylic, like faux stone or faux sandstone. Sometimes It's all black or all white with specks or whatever. There's all these different colors and stuff. And I build all these countertops. We're about to do a school coming up. We're about to do a library, a whole library. So yeah, when I'm not when I'm not doing spicy stuff, that's what I do to pay the bills,
Right.
And I got my side hobbies and stuff. I'm a hobbyist softs maker, and I make all sorts of fun stuff like chili crisp and
that is a major hit.
Oh yeah, this stuff's really good.
Can't wait to get mine.
yeah. I got a bunch of packages going out Monday. So that stuff's a really good, really big hit. People like that. And then I do the honey pot. That's where I get
a big hit annually as well. That's a big
hit. That's an annual thing I do every year. Within the pepper community, what happens is people throughout the grow season, they'll send me in pepper powder from their grow, and at the end of the year, it all gets combined into a big batch of honey, and it all gets mixed up and bottled up and shipped back out to everyone who entered into it. So it's really a fun project. This is the third year I'm doing it. I'm expecting the last thing I'm waiting on, stickers, to be here Monday. So there should be an announcement Monday, to say, get a hold of HoneyBoy if you have entered into the honey pot and you're ready to receive your honey. You guys know the rules. You pay for the return shipping, and it's a pretty pretty sweet deal. You know, you send in a little bit of powder and you pay for the return shipping. That's and then it's $10 a jar. And that just goes to the honey, the stickers, you know, everything, the bottles, you know. It's a fun project though, you know what I mean? There's a lot that goes into it, but it's really rewarding at the end of the day. You can ask anyone who's ever been a part of it. It's like one of the coolest things. They say, you know, hey, my peppers are in this, you know what I mean?
Yes.
When I'm, you know, and I get to be a part of that. It's just so cool, man. It's one of my like biggest passion projects. Like when I first got into being an admin of Chasing Capsaicin, I was trying to think of something that was like going to be like really community involving, you know what I mean? And like a huge project that everyone could just be a part of. And I was like, well, honey is it's one of my favorite things to do stuff. Yeah. I do honey garlic and honey habanero, all sorts of crazy fun stuff. But yeah, and yeah. So the honey, it's been really rewarding. I'm glad we do it, and yeah, it just involves the whole community.
Sure does. Yeah, and for a lot of people that don't understand what this is no, it's not a measured heat type of thing. It's people literally at the end of their grow season will put this powder, send this powder to you, and you just dump what they send to you.
It's literally, it's not a money making project.
Right.
You know what I mean? I always end up with more honey than the people that entered into it, and that's for a reason. That's so that I have something to give back to the community. I never charge for the honey. You know what I mean? It's always given out in contests, and we'll do raffles to generate money for someone in need. You know what I mean? When we're doing these big giveaway stuff, I'll always do a honey pot to that. And then I do the collaborations with them too. So I have an open collaboration policy with the honey pot. If you feel like you have something really cool that you want to make with the honey, hit me up and I'll send you a jar or two, depending on what you're wanting to make. You know what I mean? The only thing that I ask is that be available to the community at, you know, you know, we're not trying to make a bunch of money here, just cover shipping and, you know, easy stuff. You know what I mean? So it's fun. You know what I mean? We're all just having fun. We like to collaborate and have a good time. So yeah, if you want to collaborate with me on the honey pot, always hit me up. I'm a big fan of doing projects with people, you know, and collaborating with people on stuff. So yeah. And before we get into the meat and potatoes of why you're actually here, you do like side projects out of like, you know, you make cutting boards. Oh yeah.
You do the cross stitching, you know, stuff like that, which is really, really cool.
This one was it was gonna be Zach's, but Zach's ended up being like huge.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I make like cutting board, and and I do cool cross stitches. I sent that to you.
This is so cool, man. I remember when you first posted this, I was like, dude, that is sweet.
Yeah, and we do like paintings and stuff, you know, like
it's really talented to see the craftiness of you. And Nikki, you know, she's part of your
Nikki's
projects too. Yeah.
Actually, Nikki's just you know, Nikki's got her own League of Fire card too.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah. She's a big part of all of this, man. Like if it wasn't for her, then you know, literally none of this probably would be going on. You know, she's like my rock. You know, she keeps me going. So,
for sure.
And you know, she's a big part of the Pepperfield Dreams thing.
Right.
She helps me with all of this. You know what I mean? We're starting to do a lot of bigger batches, like the chili crisp has been such a big hit. I was like, we just need to make a lot of it. That way,
And the
that way we
candies
have
you guys did, the little peanut butter cup things you guys did.
Oh yeah. That's actually going to be one of our. We want to make a League of Fire challenge.
Nice.
And have it like be these spicy peanut butter cups and spicy caramel cups, and
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, really, really cool. Yeah, we have fun making stuff, and that's what the Pepperfield Dreams. That's what it's all about. Is like the dream is to one day, be able to quit my job and do this as a full-time career. You know what I mean? I love making stuff, and I just love it. I love all of it. So if I can make enough money to pay all my bills and just be able to do something that I have really passion for, that would be my life dream. You know what I mean? So
excellent, for sure. Yeah. So why we actually have you here is you're in the big show in San Diego. You're in the belt competition coming up about the League of Fire America's belt.
Yeah.
Invited once again to make a showing, right?
Yeah, I'm excited. I feel like Dallas was my first ever pepper competition.
Yeah.
Period. And I feel like now coming into this, I have a little bit more experience. I have at least one under my belt. This isn't my first rodeo. So I feel like I might have an advantage over a competitor that maybe hasn't been on stage because, just for me at least, I feel like I'm anxiety driven,
right?
So going into it, I hype myself up like really. Way too much, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
It was just too much for me, and I feel like this time it's going to be a lot better. And
you kind of know what to expect from the whole thing, the behind the scenes,
behind the scenes, what's going on,
right? Yep.
How the whole thing works. You know what I mean? We're all just gonna sit down and eat peppers together. It's really not a big thing. And if I can just calm down and focus on what I'm doing, then I think I'm going to have a good time.
Well, I know just watching you since the last contest, you've really pushed yourself in some of these League of Fire challenges, including the Unbearable Challenge.
Oh,
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I had a world record for a little while, like a month.
Yeah.
Before it was broken by what's her name? I cannot remember.
Was it Corky?
Yeah, there it is,
yeah.
Corky. Yeah. And then like right after that, someone else broke it. I can't remember. Someone else.
Yeah.
Broke it, but yeah, it's been broken since. But for a little while, I held a world record for the Unbearable challenge, and that was probably one of the, aside from a couple of like 16 mil tinks that I've done, that was one of the spiciest things I've probably ever done.
And just the amount, the volume of chocolate bars.
I did 12 in a row before I upchucked.
Yeah, but that's like impressive because you made it through all
right after 12. I was like,
yeah, and I don't blame you for that.
It was fun. Zachary Goo was there. Yeah.
He was actually competing with you, right? He was there.
Yeah, we were doing some filming for a video streaming platform or whatever. Right. So we're going to be a little bit famous, hopefully, here coming up.
Movie stars, maybe, right?
Yeah. So, it should be fun, man. We had a good time. We ate a bunch of crazy stuff after that too, and Yeah, it was a blast. Great times, great memories. Yeah, Zach's not wrong, man.
Right.
Oh, I got to hang out with some really cool people too. I got to meet Troy Primo, and I got to meet Johnny Scoville again for
Right.
a second time, third time or something. I met him a few times now.
And you know, with Johnny, I'm not to
He's a
interrupt,
great dude. I
but I was
love
going to
Johnny,
say that
man.
like a lot of people see him and they think he's such an inhuman person. But
You know what? I told him, you know what? I used to not really much care for him. I thought he
yeah,
was really about himself, but he's not. He's doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we don't even see, that we don't even know about.
right,
Fighting for these genetics and fighting for people to be able to grow what they want and take, to be able to have, a creation and not have it stolen. You know what I mean? There's a whole lot of that going on in the pepper community. People are
right,
renaming seeds and plants, and it's just, it needs to stop, and people are fighting for it. People are standing up and saying, hey, give respect where it's due. A
right.
lot of behind the scenes stuff goes on, that we don't see with a lot of this stuff. So it's really, really cool.
Yeah. And like I said, like, back to Zach, the Texas hotspot. I compare a lot of my interactions with him because he's one of the few people I've met so far because I haven't made it out to one of these big trips that you guys have been to and meet all of you because I'm sure it's such a good time. But I just know, anytime with Zach is a memory. So I could just imagine the whole crew together. I could just imagine what that would be.
Yeah, we had a blast. We had such a good time, man.
And speaking of which, just because these guys are competitors in the League of Fire belt matches and stuff doesn't mean you can't hang out with them, say hi to them.
Oh yeah, no.
They're normal people.
That's what makes it. Hey, that's what makes it like doable for me is having my friends up there. You know what I mean? If it was just a bunch of people I didn't know, I probably wouldn't do it. To be honest with you, but at least having a couple of people that I know, like, it makes it easier to meet more people for me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And to expand my, because we got, we all have our things. I have kind of a little bit of social anxieties. I'm kind of a social butterfly, but in a way I'm not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. I kind of get that. I'm pretty similar. I want some attention, but I don't want all the attention.
Yeah. Me and you are a lot alike, Crazy Jay. I think, you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure.
We have a lot. We got a goals. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And my goal is just to make it to one of these contests eventually.
Oh man, that's so fun.
Because I've never done it. I've never done something like that. I've never competed.
It's been such a rewarding thing for me to be able to like not just competing with all my friends and getting to meet new Chilli heads, but getting to talk to like owners of the companies, right. All the different sauce companies. Because I don't know if you guys have never been to a hot sauce expo, it's crazy. It's like, it's literally like 50 to 100 booths. I don't know how many do they have. Are they going to have? I've never been to San Diego, so
right.
But it's a lot, and it's just a hot sauce, jerky rubs, all sorts of anything you can imagine, spicy honey, all like, yeah. It's a lot. And so you get to talking to some of your favorite sauce makers, and like you're like for example, I'm not to like shout anyone out, or I'm not sponsored by anybody, but like Melinda's, I'm a really big fan of all of their stuff. They got really, really tasty sauces, and they're pretty dirt cheap, to be honest. You know what I mean?
They're very reasonably priced.
Yeah, they're not expensive at all for the flavor that you're getting and the price. It's one of the better companies out there, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And just getting to talk to their representatives and the people that, it's just really cool,
So what makes you feel, other than your experience before, like this time you really have a shot to be one of the finalists, if not the finalist, one of the very close finalists at this table?
You know, I give it up to just being able to relax more. You know what I mean? Having one under my belt, I think, like I said, is going to give me a little bit of an advantage. I think a lot of guys can say that. If you've been up there once before, going into it again, it's a lot easier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It felt like some of the other guys going into it were a little more relaxed than I was.
I'm sure.
So, yeah. So, yeah, just having one under my belt, I think, is going to give me a better feel for it, because I'm spiced up, man. I've been doing, I eat spicy every day.
Right.
I don't always go live, and I haven't been going live, but I pretty much eat crazy hot stuff on my lunch every day, and
right.
I keep a pretty high tolerance year round. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and since that chili crisp is so good, and you keep making it a little warmer and warmer each time.
I'm gonna wait to do my final prep 2 weeks out. I'm gonna get gonna get really going on some spicy stuff.
So speaking of prep, just because it's
coming up,
we talked to you, what kind of things for your challenges and stuff? Here, how about this? The record challenge. What did you use for prep? If you want to give it away, if it's a secret,
I'll tell you. A lot of people actually use this same prep. It's mashed potatoes.
Okay.
I love mashed potatoes. You can get instant mashed potatoes, but if you can get some KFC mashed potatoes and gravy, that's even better. Anything that's going to be nice and soft coming up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're going to want to throw up. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you what I do once I, after the contest, I just drink a butt ton of water, and then that usually
it triggers it.
Yeah. And I'll be good to go. You know what I mean? And then once I see some mashed potatoes, I'll be like, all right, I'm pretty good.
You got deep into it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just curious, what your prep was like for that, when you're sitting down to try the record.
Yeah, and then for mouth burn too, what really helps for afterwards, if you're really hurting, which I mean, after a pepper eating, you guys know, fresh pods, they hit different than anything. You can't really compare it to
anything else.
Anything. The only thing that comes close is tincture, but I think that's a different.
Right.
It's different. It's not the same. You know what I mean? So, it's different. You know what I mean? The fresh pods really do just hit different. And what I found for the mouth burn afterwards, if you're really hurting, pickle juice. I'm gonna have a jar of freaking pickles brine on hand.
I know a lot of people talk about the citrus fruits and stuff like that, and
you know what? Actually,
the limes was the last one I just learned about. Lime juice, actual fresh.
Yeah,
lime.
I think because capsaicin is an oil, right?
Yes.
Or it's carried by an oil. I think.
Right.
I'm not a scientist or nothing. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure it's carried by an oil in the plant, right?
Right.
And that oil, it gets stripped away by something like
the acid,
vinegar, or acidic,
acid,
So that's my theory on it. Lemon juice would work, or lime. If you, for stomach cramps, I'm gonna get some bananas.
Yeah.
For afterwards, eat a bunch of bananas after you, do your thing.
I used bananas before. I never thought about doing.
Ruthie Booth, she really saved me. She gave me a half a banana after the the competition in Dallas, and I'll tell you, it really did. It saved me from the cramps, I think, because I was pretty good after, I don't know, maybe it was 30 minutes or something.
Right.
I was pretty good after about 30 minutes of pain, or of pepper pain.
So tell us about a time. I don't know if I asked you this before, so I'll do it now. Tell us about a time that you ate something spicy or did a challenge and had cramps later on that you weren't expecting. How did that go for you?
I did it was a cat bomb bunny.
Oh yeah,
I think that was, what was it, Bruce, or
yeah,
is that,
yeah.
yeah.
Those are the gummies, the three.
Yeah, made
the
with
three,
Farmer J's.
yeah,
Some of Farmer J's
cat
tink.
bombs.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yep.
And that challenge, so that wrecked me. I thought it was going to be an easy challenge. I thought I was going to be able to handle it because my tolerance was pretty high at that point, and
Right.
I was feeling really good about it. But then I don't know if I didn't chew it enough or something, but I don't know. I was eating the last one, and all of a sudden I got the most like gut-wrenching pain in my stomach, and it
Wow.
just, I wasn't expecting it. You know what I mean? It was like instant flip into like the most intense cap cramps. You know what I mean? That I've ever had.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was like a slap in the gut. Oh yeah. It just, I wasn't expecting it to hit me that hard that fast, and it just was like some of the worst pain that I've ever had with cats.
I'll tell you which one actually got me was when I was at the Hot Sauce Festival a couple years ago, and I was doing the live reporting and stuff, and I did the gum, the Trouble Bubbles, and I didn't think that was going to bother me as bad afterwards because I was like, it's gum. How hard can this be? And then, man, I had some pretty, and I was out of town, and interact with family and stuff, and it's just different. Man.
Yeah, that's always a really hard part about doing these festivals too, because when we're doing these other challenges, all these League of Fire challenges, we're usually at home sitting down, the
comfort of your own place when you're struggling.
Yeah, and the bathroom's going to be open because your family knows you're doing a challenge. Like, yes, you're probably going to need to be in there right after. You know what I mean? At least my family's respectful of me doing this stuff. I'm real thankful to them. You know what I mean? And they see me. They're about, Brandon's about to do a challenge. Keep the bathroom cleared out.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
He's going to be, needing it. Sometimes, if it gets really, really bad, I'll strip down and I'll get in the shower and I'll just be like, in the shower for 30 minutes.
I've never done the shower, but I will lay on that cold floor.
Man, I'll crank it like a lobster boil as hot as I can.
Oh, wow, you do the hot water. That's
different. Yeah.
Most people go cold water route.
Not me. I do as hot as I can stand, dude.
That's pretty cool. Hey, whatever helps calm.
Yeah, and it helps. Yeah, it helps.
So I know you haven't really been focusing a lot on like your YouTube channel or anything like that, but what are your upcoming goals? I know you're focusing on the San Diego thing now, but what are we looking forward to, after that? What are we hoping to get back into?
So you guys I don't know if you guys know, me and Zach, we do Friday Night Fire.
You can't wait till that starts.
Yeah. So season 3 will be coming out probably in San Diego, you know what I mean? We'll probably, so I'm really excited for season 3 of Friday Night Fire. We got a lot of fun stuff planned, new games and stuff, new spicy games that we invent and stuff. We just have a good time, and then hopefully it's a goal of mine this year to at least get started on my, LLC, get the business stuff really going that way. Because, I see my friend Eric, he just produced his own.
Yes, I can't wait to interview him.
Challenge, the Chupacabra Chug Challenge. You know what I mean? And so, seeing him do it, seeing some of my other friends do it. I know Jared. Jared produced, collabed with this. He collabed with another one, the Cap Gun. Seeing all my friends do it, I want to do it, man. I really want to have my own League of Fire challenge. I think these peanut butter cups that I make, I think they're going to be a big hit. You know what I mean? And I think they're worthy of a League of Fire challenge. They're super.
I do too. They're. I mean, even the ones that you guys sent out, they got.
Yeah. They're
legit.
They're just we've been tweaking it. You know what I mean? We've been making them and trying to get them just right. And I think we're almost dialed in to where it's like some of the best stuff I've had. It's just a really tasty challenge, and it's super duper freaking hot.
Yeah, for sure. So other than the hanging out, stuff like that, the festival itself, is there anything you're looking forward to as far as the festival goes? I mean, we all know the typical what.
Yeah, just hanging out with my best friends again, Zachary Goot, Eric Midge, Chris Fisher, the list goes on and on. If I didn't name you,
For sure.
But
like I said, I know some of the.
That's really the best part, is getting to hang out with some of my bestest friends. You know what I mean? We hang out all year long over the internet, and we only get to meet up a few times a year. So it's really we really just have a blast. You know what I mean? Like,
well, and that's what I've touched on with a couple people, especially some people. The first time meeting, when you guys all got together or whatever, it wasn't awkward because you felt like you're already part of that.
Yeah. Like, I already know all these guys. Like,
yes,
it's like family.
Yeah. So, this will be your chance to, shameless plug or anything you want to thank or introduce or anything, if you have anything.
I have a raffle. I'm about to do it here. I don't know, in maybe like an hour.
Sweet.
I'm pretty sure everyone's gotten into that. Everyone who wants to get into it has gotten into it, as far as I know. I'm about to do that tonight. And then if you want to support me, I have plenty of Chilli Crisp available. I mean, Pepper Fueled Dreams. You guys all know how freaking awesome this is. If you want to support me, buy a bottle of this, and it really goes a long way. It helps me buy like a lawnmower for my new house. And
before we get into your final thought, you have to say this word right here for us.
Capsaicin.
All right. So final thoughts, either about the competition, what you're looking forward to.
Yeah. I can't wait to give it my all, and I'm really excited to go out and have a good time with my friends and support the League of Fire, and be able to compete and have a good time. It's really been a passion of mine. It's really become a really fun part of my life, and I can't wait to do it. I can't wait to
you're such a genuine person. Like the competition is like the last thing really on your, in a sense.
Yeah, the competition is kind of the last thing on my mind.
Yeah, it's just I get it.
To hang out with Chris and Midge and
right.
Zach,
Yeah, I definitely get that. But it's been awesome having you. Thank you for squeezing me in for your schedule and making this work out. We got plenty more to come. But anything else you want to share? If not, we're out.
Yep. If you're interested in the Honey Pot, it's a Facebook group, the Honey Pot. Just search it in Facebook groups and it should pop up. It's a picture of a bear with his face getting melted by the honey. You'll see it. Yeah. If you're interested in that, join that. That's going to be the last season's about to go out, and this new season is about to start. So it's going to be all at the same time, I think, pretty much.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
We definitely appreciate your time, and we'll see you again soon, my brother.
Heck yeah. Thanks, Crazy Jay, for having me, man. I can't wait to see everyone at the San Diego.
Awesome. We'll see you next time, bud.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you have it. Another behind the scenes with Brandon HoneyBoy. He's got a lot of side projects going on, and I hope he gets his business off and running because he does a great job with that stuff. I always look forward to his products. He makes amazing things. And like I said, very crafty guy, and he doesn't do this for money. He does it out of the kindness of his heart. And I think he could make a living, or a side gig off of some of this stuff. I mean, but we can't talk him into it. And that's okay. But thank you for joining me. I'm Crazy Jay. It's been another episode of Outside the Fire. I hope to see you again soon. Stay crazy, my friends.